the ovary doesn't look like uniform or diffuse, right? So the reason for that is because when a woman is born, you're born with primordial follicles, whatever the number of primordial follicles that you have, and that's what you have, and they're suspended in meiosis 1. It's going to stay that way until one day they become stimulated to the follicle to grow. So you can see that, let's see here, so this here, so that's secondary. So this looks about like what I would expect. Well, actually these guys out here, these are all primordial follicles. So those are just follicles that are just kind of waiting. One day they might get a chance to grow. Unfortunately, even though I know that it seems like you have cycles, just way more often than you probably would like, where you're stimulating one of these things to grow and everything. More than likely, from where you reach adolescence and begin cycling until what's it called, menopause, you still probably won't use all of the primordial follicles. You've got enough to last you a while. So, but these are the primordial follicles. Yeah, you get to go. So they're stuck in meiosis 1. Right? And then when FSH comes, it's going to stimulate the follicle to begin to grow. And so what's going to happen is that primordial follicle is going to be stimulated. And notice how we had only one layer of cells out here, right? And now we're going to start, these cells which are basically just these granulosa cells, are going to begin to replicate and differentiate. And so you can see now we end up with like 2-cell layer of, these are cuboidal cells. So those are going to be my phacal cells, right, that are lying out here. And so these guys, so this is like, after this guy has been stimulated, then it's going to start looking like this, right? And this layer out here is going to continue to grow, and they're going to be secreting this kind of fibrous secretion, if you will, and the ovum is in here, and just before ovulation, the rise in FSH and LH is going to cause this to kick into meiosis 2, right? And so this would be like a primary follicle before it moves into, let's see if we can find this, right? A secondary follicle, right? So you can see how now it's really well organized, and you've got this nice pronucleus, right? We've already gone into meiosis 2, so we have a haploid cell, a nice pronucleus, and this guy is going to continue secreting basically kind of this gelatinous material, and is going to continue to secrete that until as it's being stimulated to grow with FSH until ovulation time. So the interesting thing is that there's both granulosa and phacal cells. Both of them are required for the production of estrogen. So you can't, so one of them will have some chemical reactions that